How's it going, everybody? I'm Pete. Today we're going to get the SN95 5-lug disc conversion done on my Mustang. All we have left to do is get the calipers cleaned up, prepped and painted and thrown on with new pads and rotors, as well as putting the new Tociko Shocks in the rear. I was out here the other day. I did notice that the front suspension was a little too tight when you push on it. And I think what the reason is, the sway bar end links may be a little bit too long. So we're going to look into that this video too. May end up going with shorter ones and get that out of the way and resolved. Other than that, let's get going, get this done, finally. All right, so back at the bench, I'm going to get these calipers. So I kind of already cleaned them up a little bit. I got these off of eBay, pretty cheap for the pair. They're in really good shape. The pistons went in fine, no issues with that. Did have to lube them a little bit, PB blaster, but not a big deal. So I'm gonna get the wire wheel on here and get these things cleaned up. All right, calipers are all wire wheeled, cleaned up. I'm going to shoot them up with some brake clean, and then go over them with some isopropyl alcohol and start getting them ready to get painted. All right, that should be good. I get these set up on the hooks and then time to start painting. All right, everybody, I got the calipers painted. I'm gonna let them sit overnight, so give them time to dry, and then get them put on. All right, it's the next day. The calipers had time to dry. Everything came out really good. So we're gonna get over here and start getting all that stuff put together. So let's go. All right, we're going to start with getting this caliper bracket in place. So I already put in all the hardware and everything and the sliders and all that stuff. I got these bolts right here. I got to go on. I did end up replacing the rear rubber lines from the caliper to the hard line. I'll show you what I did for that once we get this on. It shouldn't be too long. It's just these the brake pads themselves really suck putting on because the anti-rattle clips are just not easy. Not a fan of that. I did make a decision on the suspension for this thing, so we're going to get to that here in a minute. Not a huge change, but well, huge change, I guess. I got the brake pads ready to go on, so let's place this one right here. These clips they suck. They really do. I mean, just only on the back. It's just on the back. For some reason, it's like only the back that gives you problems. It's like kind of had a little bit of issues with the fronts, but is what it is. Yeah, see, it's like they're not going easy. All right, got that one. That one's on, okay. This one shouldn't be too bad, hopefully. Just really awkward design, like I really don't understand it. So I push down, yeah, push down the clip that doesn't want to go in. And I get stuck there. I don't want it to happen. Yeah. All right, boom, there we go. That is on. Next, the caliper. These came out super good. I'm telling you, that Rust-Oleum caliper paint is awesome. I was thinking about, after painting them, throwing in my oven, but that wouldn't be a good idea because the kitchen isn't really my domain, so that wouldn't have been good. Okay. I'm getting a little weird here. All right, well, that's pretty much it for that. Yeah, it's 14 millimeter shot. My previous life, I was an ASE certified mechanic and ICAR Gold Class certified body technician, and most of the tools I have are Matco. That you're talking 15 years ago when I had to switch careers because of health issues. But a lot of my tools are just beat, and I'm surprised a lot of them have even lasted this long. But that's good. Yes. Is that okay? I'm a little upset that I had to replace these calipers because the ones I had I bought off of Marketplace, and obviously got burned on those, so that's just fantastic, right? So yeah, be careful when you go and buy parts off of Marketplace and double check everything, because it doesn't pay to make a mistake like that, because now it'll cost me more money. All right, so these rubber lines, brand new, and pop this in there. Kabam. Beautiful. That is a 10 mil. It's got new crush washers on it too. Bam. So then, kind of got to bend it up a little bit just to clear the spring for the parking brake, but yeah, that's not bad. So there it is, all done. Looks good. The rubber lines right here, they're for a 94 to 95 GT. They fit up there pretty good. I pulled this back just a little bit, but it clears, you can see. And then these lines I ran all the way to the back, to the other side, and then that little splitter junction box in the middle. But yeah, overall, we're done, we're completed. But one more thing left, I'm gonna get this Tociko shock on really quick. So let me get that and then we'll throw that on. All right, I got the shock right here. I'm gonna go ahead and pop this in really quick. Should be pretty much ready to go. Yeah, I got these off of Marketplace. They're in good condition, really good condition. The guy that had them ended up going with coilovers all the way around. So good luck to him on that. Pretty cool dude though. An older guy. Hook me up though. Yeah, these don't really have a lot of miles on them, so and make it attached on there. Oh yeah. You can tell these nice and tight. Jeez. All right. Tighten those up back down here in a second. Hopefully. Yeah, I don't really like to use adjustable pliers on these because they're just, it sucks. These babies are pretty long. I did the other side. It was just like, man, is this bolt ever going to get tight? Oh, for some reason that's not going down the way it's supposed to. Yeah, that bolt's like rounding off. Let's see if I can find another bolt. Give me a minute. All right, I found another bolt. Got it on here. I'm gonna have to call Tociko to see if they got replacement bolts for these. That one's working, we're almost there, and all right, well, that is pretty much it. This project is done. So, all right, well, I'm gonna get back over to the front of the car, and then got a couple things to do over there. All right, everybody, that pretty much wraps up the SN95 5-lug disc conversion on my Mustang. It's been a long time coming. It's finally done, out of the way. I am very satisfied with how the brakes came out and everything. Now we just have to worry about some suspension issues. The other day I noticed that the front end was just a little bit too tight when I was pushing on it, so I ended up taking off, you know, the sway bar end links and everything because I thought that may have been what it was, because I mean, these things are pretty long and I'm not really too happy about that. But yeah, I took those off, still really tight. And I did a little bit of research, and to be honest with you, I should have known better. The BBK lowering springs that I have on here are for a V8 car. So, I mean, there is differences in, you know, spring rates and everything. So after doing some thinking, I decided that I'm just going to go with coilovers in the front and replace the rear springs with 1.5-inch drop lowering springs to match the front. So I'm going to go with like Viking 1.5-inch drop springs or something like that, but that's a future video. I did get the sound deadening in, so we're going to finish up the interior on that, lay down the carpet, and pull everything down from the top of my garage and put it all back in. So yes, it was, I feel great, it was awesome. But anyway, that's going to end this video. I hope everybody enjoyed everything. You know, it was a little bit of a headache, but yeah. Hit that notification bell so you're reminded of when videos come out. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and most importantly, have a good day, and I will see you in the next one.